morning, good evening, and good night. So, a bit overdue for this updated mixed reality pass-through racing tutorial guide. So, straight to the point. First things first. We're gonna have Quest 3 virtual desktop. Yeah. Connect wirelessly. And you need to normally when you start this game, it's gonna start with Steam VR. We don't want that. We want to use something called Open Composite Runtime Switcher. Yeah. And when you download and install that, you're going to click that button, switch to Open Composite. Yeah. And then you're also going to download XRToolkit so you can adjust certain settings in the game and get more frame rate if you need upscaling, post-processing, brightness, contrast, all these things. Right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simulate if I don't have a rig all blacked out. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So if I've got my monitor and my wheel. So let's see. So we're going to start AC Evo. And see if we can just get into a car. Drive. Single player. Practice. And my brightness is a bit high because of the pass-through settings. You'll see why. So set your gamma to around 110 to 130. It all depends on your setup and your surroundings. So if I go back to VR now. Right, so I'm in VR now. Just center. Center my view. Right, so now if you open virtual desktop by double clicking the left menu and you go, make sure it's at 90 FPS. It doesn't work at 120. So if you go to VR pass-through on the streaming tab, environment pass-through, configure, I've got mine to 0, 22, it's supposed to be 0 there, 17 similarity, and all of that mess. Yeah, so you do that, switch to VR, and you see, let me take off this, we're mixed. I've got the wheel here, so you can see the light parts are more visible. You see I can see around full 6th off, and you can see when I look at the black, look how clear that is compared to when you look through the other side that is non-black. So if I turn off my TV, let's see if it has any, oops. See, and that's become so clear. I'm actually outside the car. So if I then turn off the room light, and I've got a light source here. Let's turn that off. You see everything's a bit more clearer. So I turn, ooh, look at that. So see there, we're fully in the car. So what you would need, if I get this light source and see if I can just focus it on the wheel and see if it works. So if I got that there, so I've got the light here. So that's how basically the concept of this mixed reality works. You use the light to brighten what you want to pass through. Yeah, that's actually better than I expected, bro. In the room, you know. Wow, crazy. And then obviously you can see like my wheel is smaller than the actual wheel. So what I had to do when I had this wheel, this is where you use XRToolkit. So you control down XRToolkit. So what I did is go to appearance, yeah, and post process is on. I think my settings are already set. See, look at the difference. So what I've done, I've upped the contrast, the brightness, exposure, saturation, vibrance. All these things depend on your own surrounding. But look at that, that's so much difference. So if I put this a bit higher, obviously I can't get on a light because it's stuck here. But obviously I would have it somewhere like here. And yeah, excellent. So yeah, what I was saying, if your wheel's smaller, what you then do is scale the world down. So you go down to appearance, go down to world scale. I just remember mine's at 90.4. So if I go down to like, I don't know, 81, you fit. And even though the car, it's smaller, but your brain just adjusts itself. Because I was racing like that for a long time in a little Matchbox car. My brain didn't know the difference. So yeah. So now let's go back to the car. So let me put back my scaling all the way back up to 90 or so. 90.4. So what I'm going to do is go to the actual rig. Ugh. Recenter and line up. And that's me in the car. So yeah, so you can see outside there. Heavy foots. That green stitching, that's not there. Crazy when my head shadow passes it. Now I'm going to try to explain this ambient lighting. There's already tutorials online to do ambient lighting for screens, but this is VR. It's basically the same thing. So I've got Phillips Hue light bars. 1, 2, 3, and I've got them configured as these ones focus what's on the screen and this one's just a constant light, because whenever these go off, it affects my well, you've seen the example before. Yeah, you can't see my hands. The light is you can't have light flickering on and off because you literally won't see my hands. So I have to have a constant light, yeah, and then you can see the effect. So anyways, I've got Phillips Hue lights and I've got it synced to SimHub. Once you get yours set up, yeah, and then you install the software and then you enable ambient lights in SimHub, yeah, I can't remember how to do that because that was so long ago. Please go to tutorials. You have to have some little bit of knowledge before you attempt to do these things. I'm not the guy. I'm just the guy who's playing, who try to work stuff out, yeah, and having fun. So anyways, what we have here, we have 3 lights. So if you go to Profile Manager, I've created a profile, AC Day, and in that profile, yeah, you're gonna go to color effects. So I think I did some of these erroneously, but I'm gonna try explaining it. So light effects, AC Day. So if you go to edit profile, so to get a static effect, yeah, I've added the effect to get this light to stay on, yeah. Going all the way down, search for static, or scroll down and add the static effect. So when you do that, I've just had created groups for in future if I add more lights and they're arranged. But if you go to static effect, yeah, I can control the color of the light. So if I show you this white at the moment, I can change it to red. It will be red or orangey. So I've got it white at the moment. So how you link the light to that effect is you go to the group and you go to use effect. So on my capture layer, I've got one. It's kind of hard to see, but one here. This is the one that's not being used. This light and this one. So if I click that, that's that one. And if I click, where's the other one? That one. That's that one, yeah. So which one? That's group 100, 200, Simbrick 3. So basically it comes up with a name that's whatever you save it in your hue settings. So I did it as Simbrick. So when you go to color effects, Simbrick 1. Yeah, there you go. Position 3. So edit profile, static effect, I'll put that to position 3. If I change that, yeah, exactly. So yeah, so whatever effects you put it to a position, and then you go to color effects and turn it, use effects, and go to position 3. Yeah. So the other two now are just normal. Yeah, they capture whatever's on the screen. So this is how the screen's set up. So I basically got them set up here and here somewhere. So let me show you. If I minimize this, and you barely see it down here. got one here and the other one here. You see the screen, you can see, God, you can see the screen here, yeah. So if I move this to the side, you can see that the boxes line up here and here. So what you need to do, if I put this right close to me, so this is how I'll be racing here. So I've put my lights basically one there and one there. I think I should put that one up a bit. So it's too high. Yeah, about there. And something will hold my head up like that. Or maybe I'll just make it longer. See how that works. So if I put that back here, so I just put that there just to give you guys demonstration how to position those boxes. So go back to VR. Make sure I'm still recording. Am I still recording? Yeah, I'm still recording. Shadows. So I'm gonna turn into the sun. Goddamn block by a damn tree. Oh, goddamn it, whatever. You can see a bit, and the shadows help. It's so subtle, bro. Look at that. No, that's crazy. Right, now let's deal with the virtual wheel on or off and why. So some guys might, or some people, one thing I've noticed about VR is that everybody's so different with the way they see things individually, innit? This is why VR is so hit and miss for some people, innit? Because people see things different. Because different perspective, different space and eye, different depths. People can see refresh rate more, more higher frame rate. Some people can't pick up on. Yeah, so it's a very deep thing. So when you put mixed reality on it now, it just adds to the problem, or it can solve the problem, because a lot of people that I've try who've never tried VR before jump in this thing, drive as normal, because they hold licenses, they drive licenses, they own cars, they drive, and they come in there and they just drive and they have the time of their life, yeah, and they don't crash, and they come out of it and they're not sick. Ask them, do you feel any motion sick? Do you feel weird? Nah, not at all. Just the excitement. So that was, strange. So yeah, but my point is, some people, when they see any little movement, yeah, it just throws them off, like, ugh, like makes them sick completely. So, you know, the little warping, the little adjusting, it might not be for everyone. So what you could actually do is turn off the virtual wheel. So go to view settings, wheel and dash, hide steering wheel. So if I come out of that, so now I've got the wheel. But the thing is, now you can see the dash in it. That's the only caveat. But the thing with this is, what you can do is use your monitors or screens or phone. If you open Sim Hub, and pick one, so you could have that right here. So when you turn, it actually looks, yeah, like the wheel's going over something, and it even adds more to the immersion. And then obviously you can lower the wheel a bit now and adjust it where you want to be in the car, so it goes just below the you call it, the dash. And what else? You can also turn on off the in-dash display in most games. So if you go to view settings once again, wheel dash display hard. Oh shit, fuck off. Dash display in hard. On. Yeah. Okay. Yes, they got rid of it. Jesus Christ, this thing used to just sit there like. Anyways, so look, now you have no dash. So now you have a place. Look, but your phone, no interference. So that's the other way. If I can put that for a bit. That's why I have it. Yeah, use it. So yeah. And again, you can turn up the lights if you want to. You don't have to have them reacting to the game. You can have them just turn on right. So I've already demonstrated that in my other videos. I just have it statically on. But that's the only thing I don't like. You can see the steering column most times. But then what you can do is also adjust the pass-through, because you don't have to have those settings that I've got. You can adjust them as you see fit. So go here and turn up the similarity. I can see more of me, but then the screen goes dark. So what you would have to do, yeah, is adjust the brightness in the VR desktop. Yeah. You go up to 140, see what happens. Yeah, so it's a balance thing. And if the brightness there isn't enough, you use this and then turn on, what's this, 7.2. But then again, you know, you're fighting yourself. This is a balance, so if I turn on these lights, then there will be no problem. So let me just do it. Let me do it. So if I stop syncing, I've got this, I think it's Did I say it right? Blue and yellow, I think, yeah. Just to match the sky. So if you look, you can turn it right up. Look how bright that is. So if I turn this back down to 130. Look at that. I think let me just restart this thing again. What's this one? Let me see what I've got. What have I got? Right, so all of them are, let me just, oh yeah, I have to turn this down. If I turn that to, there's like a blue-white thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I changed this, didn't I? So yeah, there's a lot of settings, man. Get mixed up and shit. So if I go back to the same hub, this one. Ah, the bloody clip fell down, innit? Yeah, the clip fell down. Well, yeah, that's basically it, man. You guys have fun. It's not too bad without the rope. I think the wall for me, man, more immersion. The more immersion, the better for me. Turn the wheel back on. High driver. Put the dash back on. Crazy, isn't it? So it seems so seamless. Sometimes it's not. Because like every time I do find myself adjusting settings to, get more perfect and more perfect. Remember, this is not reacting to lights, This is static lighting. I think the static lighting is so much clearer. Because there's no fixed green in it like in flat screens, so the line's more consistent. But then again, you can make these flicker like not erratically, but let me see if I can do it. That bother? Nah, I can't bother. It's most of my settings. You may need to change like very slowly. Transition. It gives the effect of the light rotating. Why do that? Why do that? Why do that? brake. Oy. Also, for the lighting now, on my last little YouTube short video, I said I needed to create a visor to block this light. Yeah, because what it was doing is lighting up this back screen. So when I brought it down now, it's just brought it right here. But the only bad thing is that when I put my hand up, like you can kind of see it through the windscreen is not as well lit, but you compromise in it for the clarity. I've got this here because in the night time this is too bright, and I don't want to keep on manually changing it, because I tried to find a way to sync SimHub with the game time of day, but there's no way of doing that, not with my little knowledge. So all I do is just half it, and these ones obviously go lower because the screen's black in it in the night time. Is there anything else I'm leaving out? Yeah, footwell needs to be lit. And yeah, the MUSOU black paint, non-reflective paint, helps. Yeah, because it even does reflect a little bit of light. But as I said, it will be better, yeah, if the back wall or whatever, the black is far away. That way the light can't travel and reflect. It'll be excellent. Yeah, so you don't really need this big enclosed box, as I gave the example over here with the dark room and the light placement. Just know that anything that's lit up is gonna show through the game. Let's see, was it even on? Yeah, I think that covers it basically. I thought there's more to update, but hey, such is life. Oh.